Hey guys, we back at it for another flavor of the month, Neeko versus Lux support guide. When playing Neeko and Lux, I think there are two viable options, Aftershock and Comet. I don't suggest Electrocute because this is going to force you to get an auto attack range and you are very susceptible of getting bursted back. I usually run Aftershock because I think it's more viable later into the game, especially at higher elo where players are looking to burst you. I run Coin versus Lux simply because her poke outranges your poke and her bind outranges your bind. You're going to be losing these poke battle trades, so the Coin gives you extra movement speed to dodge the bind and then come in for your counter engage and win the lane that way. Now, if you're at a lower elo and you're just looking to smash lane, I would recommend Arcane Comet. This is going to allow you to stand max range away from the Lux and land Qs, keeping you very safe from getting all in by a bind. You can just spam Q, and whittle her out. This is why with the Comet build, I put 3 points in Q versus the Aftershock build where I put points in my root, because in the Aftershock build, I'm just looking to dodge a bind with my coin and then go in for the all-in with the root. Where the Comet build, you're looking to stand max range and just whittle the enemy down until she gets low enough for you guys to all in. Before we step in the lane here, I just want to say that Lux is a counter to Neeko, and you should ban her if you have the chance. Her poke is longer range than your poke, her bind is longer range than your bind, and she has a shield that can block your poke. That being said, you do have some strengths, like your bind can go through the minions, and you have an ability that helps you dodge. At level 6, whichever one of you two lands the bind is just going to one-shot the other, so be very careful. So to start, we didn't have to leash, so we got to lane a little early so we can get priority before the enemy. Now watch on this first trade how good Aftershock is. I'm going to take a Lux E, an auto attack from Lux, Comet hits me, and an auto from Caitlyn, and I still trade evenly. So right here, I land a good root on Caitlyn when she's standing still. I throw in one auto on her, and Ezreal hits a Q, and we trade completely evenly even though I took all that damage. That's the power of Aftershock. You can make really, really efficient trades. Now, one thing about Lux compared to other supports is you have to play very passively. Right here, she throws out her E, so I know she has no cooldowns, and then I go in. Lux can outrange you, and therefore you have to play around her. I'm always standing like this at max range and waiting until I have an opportunity to go in when Lux's abilities are down. So now we hit 2 right here, so I'm going to proc my W off the minions and then go back up to get a ward down since we're overextended and we don't know where the jungle is right now. Always a good idea to do this ward when you're pushing up on Neeko. Now I'm going back to the same mission as before. I want to stand behind my minions because that's the only way I can then make sure I don't get hit by a Lux Q, and I'm looking for binds. So I found one and I go in for some poke. Unfortunately, Ezreal didn't get the memo, walked away from the minions and took free poke because he got hit by a bind. Now here coming up is a good example of what I think was a mistake by me. We're going to see Lux throw out her bind and miss, and I'm not going to play aggressive, which I think was a mistake. So I'm just sitting right now max range waiting until Lux's bind is down. A play is happening talk and I take a quick look at it and come back. Now right here Lux misses the bind, and this is my opportunity. I have about 8 seconds right now where I could be playing aggressive and looking for a bind, and I don't. I'm sitting back very passive. I think this was a missed opportunity, to be honest. Now right here I'm going to go for a play even though Lux has bind up. Unfortunately, that's my stuff. Ezreal should have backed off, but this is what can happen if you go aggressive with Lux bind up. She hits the bind on Ez. Ezreal flashes into a trap and he's just dead. This is because I went for a play when her bind was up instead of taking my opportunity when her bind was down. But no problem. I'd make a little sneaky play, get into the bush without her seeing, and land a good E, Q, auto, and kill her. Because of Aftershock, I live. If I didn't run Aftershock, this would probably resulted in a kill for them, and then it wouldn't have been worth my extra kill. As we end the video here, I just want to restate that Lux is a counter matchup. You really need to play passively. Stand at max range and look for opportunities when her bind is down. If her bind is up, you really need to make sure that you don't get hit by it. Lux can one-shot you with her ulti combo and her root, and if she plays with someone like a Caitlyn who can trap combo underneath her root, she can kill you at any point in the game. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys a lot. Come check out my Twitch and let's have a good time.